We've been taught that to make significant changes in our lives, we have to set regular goals and create detailed action plans, including strict timescales. Then take massive action daily, and maybe, if we are lucky, we achieve our goal. We believe that working hard and using all of our willpower to get anything done is worth the effort, that more pain equals more gain. All because we believe that the only way to get results is by physically doing something. This method of achieving goals is like the analogy of a hunter hunting for his prey in the dark without using night vision. Because he's got no idea where his target is, he takes massive action by shooting in all directions, hoping that eventually he will hit his target. As all of the work is entirely physical and he is working blind, the hunter wastes a lot of energy in finding his target. The whole experience is hard work and exhausting, like pushing a large boulder up a steep hill. But there is an easier way. Instead of shooting straight away, this time the hunter mentally imagines himself having already caught his prey and repeats the exercise until it feels natural to him. He then feels inspired to wait until daylight before he starts to shoot, enabling him to see his prey and make an accurate shot. By taking mental action first, the pathway to his prey becomes so clear that only a small amount of physical action was needed to achieve his goal, and the event was effortless. So, imagining and assuming you've already got your desire is the basis of how you can use manifesting to get anything you want in life. The origins of manifesting. You may have heard about manifesting through the secret books and films or one of the many social media channels that are around today. So you may have believed that manifesting was a new age concept, but the knowledge has been around for thousands of years, dating back to the Egyptians and Greeks. Originally, the wisdom was kept secret and taught by elders in mystery schools, but eventually the knowledge was written down for everyone to see. These teachings can be found in many of today's religious texts, including the Dead Sea Scrolls. The words manifest and manifestation appear multiple times in the Bible. Starting from the late 1800s, a new wave of teachers became popular, spreading their wisdom through books. Finally, in the last century, with the development of technology, scientists began to understand how everything is connected, from the smallest particle to the entire universe, linking science to what religious scholars have been teaching throughout history. So what does manifesting actually mean? Well, let's start where the term originated. The word manifest comes from the Latin manifestus, meaning caught in the act. In fact, the term manifesting appears in the English dictionary as an adjective, meaning clear or obvious to the eye or mind. The alternative definitions are make the unseen seen, or bring about a mental idea into physical reality. If manifesting is just about making the unseen seen, how do you do this? This may surprise you, but you are already manifesting. In fact, you manifest all of the time, 24/7, and you've been doing it all of your life. It is an automated process, just like the beating of your heart, and it is natural, as a seed growing into a tree. You've just been unconscious of it up until now. You probably think that manifesting doesn't happen to you, so here are a couple of everyday examples that you may have experienced. Have you ever thought about an old song that you haven't heard in a long time, like Vogue from Madonna? Then within a few moments, the song is played on the radio. Or you hear the music in an advert that you'd never seen before. Or have you ever remembered an old childhood friend that you haven't heard from in a while? Then you suddenly receive a text from them saying they were just thinking about you whilst they were on vacation. So if you are manifesting all the time, why haven't you been able to create everything you want? Like finding the love of your life, getting a dream car, receiving extra money, or even a dream holiday. The answer is your beliefs. Beliefs you've developed that are hindering you from getting what you want. Have you ever said, I can't do this because of X, Y, Z? If so, you probably believed that your life is controlled by external factors. For example, you might think that your cards have been dealt before you were born, with your DNA, your family, or even where you were born. And as you get older, you feel constrained by the laws and regulations where you live. Your salary limits you on what you can spend, and your boss controls your working day and often impacts your leisure time as well. All of these factors can make you feel as if you don't have control over your life, so you feel stuck. So, where do your beliefs come from? Well, most of your core beliefs were formed within the first 6 years of your life when your brain absorbed information like a sponge. You picked up these beliefs from everyone around you, like your parents or main caregivers and your teachers, even from children. In which case, you may have heard and accepted beliefs like money doesn't grow on trees, the world doesn't revolve around you, you must put others before yourself, or even don't talk to strangers. At the time, these people believed the beliefs were true, or they were protecting you from harm. The trouble is, when you hang on to these outgrown beliefs, they start impacting your life. The good news is that you're the one in control, so you can change anything you want in your life. So are you ready to go down the rabbit hole? You may think you are separate from everything outside of you, but in fact, it is the other way round. The world and the entire universe are actually inside your mind. You are connected to every person, place, and event around you, as they are all a part of you. You are not of this world, the world is inside you. You translate your reality through your senses and project it onto the screen of space. It's all you. Time is not linear. Instead, everything exists now. The past, present, and future are all happening at once. Time only appears to be linear so that you can experience reality one moment at a time. So, how does this relate to manifesting? If everything exists now, then all possibilities exist in your mind. Every thought, idea, every dream has already been created. You just need to be aware of it. Therefore, anything is possible. You can have, be, or do anything you want in your life. There are no limits. What we see with our senses, the physical manifested world, is tiny compared to what is unseen and unmanifested. Imagine your mind is a dark room containing all of reality. Then, as you shine a laser beam into the room, it lights up a spot within the room. This represents what you can see in the physical world. So, manifesting is just about perceiving what already exists in your mind. You just need to change your perception of what you are focusing on. We perceive our world according to our assumptions, what we believe is true and expect. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. For example, I'm assuming you don't expect to see pigs fly. That's why you don't see any flying pigs. But if you have a salaried job, then you expect to receive a regular amount of money each month. What is true for you may not be true for another person because you define your own truth. So if you desire something new, then in order for you to manifest it and see it in the physical world, you need to assume it is true. in that you expect it to come to you. So to change your perception to get what you want, you just need to change your focus. You do this by changing your thoughts and feelings about the subject. This is where you think and imagine yourself already having your desire. This will change your assumptions and beliefs into believing the desire is already yours. Finally, your concept of yourself changes in that you become a new version of yourself, one that mentally has their desire. So now, let's put it all together with the example of manifesting a car using the CAP process. First of all, decide what you want to manifest, then choose and claim it. For example, I choose to have my dream car. I claim it, and it is done. Know that you're always worthy and it is possible to achieve, otherwise, the desire wouldn't exist. You can have, be, or do anything. Remember, it's just a change of perception as you're giving the desire to yourself. And finally, decide now that you will always be on the right path if you stay true to your desire and be in a state of gratitude. Now that you have claimed your desire, you need to align with it to manifest it into the physical world. You do this by getting into the feeling state of already having your desire right now, bringing the future into the now moment. It's like mentally living in the end with your desire until you can see it in real life. So when you can, get into a relaxed state, then imagine a scene where you already have your new desire. What activities would you be doing? How would you feel knowing you've manifested it? Then each day, repeat this process until it feels natural to you. If you were manifesting a car, what would it feel like to be driving it around your neighbourhood? Hear friends congratulating you on your new desire, or even imagine washing your car, knowing this beautiful car is yours. And if you don't like visualizing, you can always use affirmations, scripting, anything to help you get into the right feeling place of having your desire right now. And I'll explain these processes in future videos. Then, until you physically see your desire, go about your day, assuming that you're already the person who has their desire right now. Here are a couple of tips for you. Remember, living from the end is not about thinking about your desire, it's about who you are with your desire. It's about knowing that you already have your desire, even though your senses are currently denying it. If you want to understand what knowingness feels like, try this exercise. Stand in your kitchen, then assuming you can't see your bed, close your eyes and visualize it in your mind. If you can see an image, notice the details like the bed linen's colours and patterns. If you want to go a stage further, imagine getting inside the covers and think about how they feel against your body. This exercise will show you that even when you can't physically see your bed from your kitchen, you know it exists. This is the same way you'll want to feel about your desire. Now that you've claimed what you want and you've been imagining what it is like to have it, the final stage is persistence. Persistence doesn't mean you have to repeat affirmations or visualize over and over again. You just need to persist in a knowingness that you're already the person who has their desire by staying in the state of the wish fulfilled. Remember, it's not about how long you stay in a state, it's about how often you visit it. And if you can occupy this state for at least 51% of the time, then your reality will change. So, what stories are you telling yourself or to others each day? Are you telling the old story where you haven't got your desire, doubting it will arrive, or the new one? The time these doubtful thoughts may appear is when you're carrying out routine tasks, as your brain isn't being taxed too much, like when you are taking a shower or travelling to work. So, Let go of the old you and use these times to focus on the new story, then watch your desire come to you. So are you ready to start your manifesting journey? If so, here are a few reminders to help you on your way. Remember, you are the one in charge. You can be, do, or have anything, as anything is possible. That's because the whole world is inside your mind, including everything you want. It's just about a change in perception by changing your focus and assuming you've already got your desire. And to help you achieve this, here's a summary of the CAP process. Choose and claim your desire. Then align with your desire through imagining and mentally living from the end. Finally, persist in the assumption that you already have your desire, even though you can't see it. Then watch the unseen become seen. In the final part of this manifesting introductory series, I'll cover a few points to take you to the next level of understanding. They'll include what action is required, how to deal with roadblocks. These are circumstances that are in your way. Letting go, and finally, what signs and evidence you might experience before you finally receive your desire. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again.